Prime Sports with me, Daniel Kranting, and Asante Kotokos head coach Prosper Nate Ugum has downplayed Kotokos' chances of winning the Ghana Premier League title this season. The Porcupine Warriors, who endured a difficult start to the season, have now won 4 consecutive games after beating Bibiani Gold Stars to climb to second on the league table. According to Ugum, his focus is not on the title at the moment, but on improving his team's performances.
For that one, what I can tell you is that I believe in taking it game by game. I mean, it's step by step, so that's what I can tell you. I mean, goal scoring has actually been an issue in the league. If you watch all the teams that play, every team is able to create chances, but it's about scoring. Goal scoring is an art, and it's something that is inborn. Sometimes, if you have people who are natural goal scorers, it's easier, but then unfortunately, we don't have these natural goal scorers across the teams in the league. That is why sometimes a team can even play very well, and then that team will even get a point. And then again, the league. I mean, most of the teams. I mean, the nature of the league is that it's very defensive in nature. Most of the teams can defend very well. It's easier for Ghanaian teams to defend than to attack and create and score. It's very easier for teams. So I think looking at the solidity, the compactness in the defensive structure of all the teams that play in the league, it makes it very difficult to score. So that's why you see a lot of teams, I mean, picking points or sharing points instead of winning. Sometimes a team plays very well, but then they are unable to win. So I think, one, we don't have the natural goal scorers across the teams in the league, and then 2, I believe also that most of the teams, or almost all the teams, can defend very well done in terms of trying to attack, create, and score.
Thank you.
Moving on, history was made as Seed Academy hosted its inaugural Sports Leadership Summit at the University of Ghana Business School over the weekend. The groundbreaking event was brought together global basketball icons like Amadou Fall, Pops Mensah Bonsu, Michelle McCauley, and more to inspire the next generation of leaders with the mission to merge sports and education.
Yeah, so the reason for this leadership summit is because at Seed Academy Ghana, we take more of a holistic approach to our development. You know, we obviously are developing the players on the court and providing them with these resources to become better student athletes. But we also empower them off the court with our leadership development that we have. We teach them character development as well as life skills training, because we want to empower these kids and unearth those characteristics that's going to allow them to succeed in life. So having this leadership summit here today and some of the panelists talking about their career pathways, exposing the kids to careers that they didn't want to know before. So now they open their eyes to what is possible. You know, we had Star Wright and Angel McCarthy speak, you know, 2 great pioneers in the game, and having a WNBA legend like Angel McCarthy in front of these girls, that kind of representation was absolutely amazing. Star Wright in a field that's predominantly ran by males, and having her present for that and speaking to how she's been able to overcome is part of the empowerment that we want to instill and relate to these kids moving forward. So it's been a great day. You know, we really want to shorten this curve in teaching these kids to be leaders. Earlier on, we had our community day. We had our community day where we had 100 kids from local charities and foundations, and we had our Seed Academy kids be their big brothers and sisters and their leaders. So we were paying it forward as we lead them. They get to continue to pay to reach back and help a younger generation too. So it was amazing to see them interacting and leading those younger kids. And you know, we continue to build on what we're developing over here.
You're also watching Prime Sports. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. Welcome back to Prime Sports with me, Daniel Kranting. Some more stories now. And former Ghana international Charles Sampson has been named the new head coach of Ghana's under-20 female side, the Black Princesses. Samson takes over the job from Yusuf Basigi, who was in charge of the Black Princesses for the last FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The 44-year-old comes in as head coach after his stint as one of the assistants of the Black Queens. Samson began his coaching career at Sichiska United Girls Under-15 side after quitting football before managing Swedish Women's League side Telge United. We'll now cross over to Zoom to speak to Samuel Amwesi. Samuel, Eko, thank you very much for joining us on Zoom. Just give us a little bit of insight into Charles Samson.
Well, good evening, Daniel, and good evening to all our viewers. I think you've highlighted some few things that he's had. He started his playing career here in the Ghana Premier League before he moved on to play in Greece, and then he later on moved on to also play in Sweden. I mean, like you said, briefly after that, he started his, to get into coaching, and I think, like you rightly said, he's coaching in in Sweden, he's coaching Greek as well, and I mean, it's honestly, it's something that it's a bit surprising to me, because you read carefully about him, and probably, no disrespect to the Ghana Football Association, no disrespect to Charles as well, but I mean, of course, you don't have to underrate anybody, but you would want somebody who will come in with enormous experience, who can be able to transform the Black Princess, because of course we know the work that Yusuf Basigi did before he left, but I think that you also have to welcome him, and I think he will need the necessary support. I don't think that he comes in with that enormous experience that we're expecting for. Of course, he has also been the Black Queen's assistant until he disappointed. So for me, it's a bit shocking to me, but I mean, he's in already, and we can't do anything about it, but rather just to support him as well.
Very, very interesting. If you look at the experience that Yusuf Basigi has with this women's football and the work he's done with the Black Princesses, you juxtapose it against the Black Queens and the enormous strides they made under Nora Hoptel this year. The fact that we are losing Nora Hoptel at the end of this year, and the Black Princesses are now also losing a very experienced head coach. And even with the Black Princesses, it's just that World Cup knockout phase that they failed to hit. But when it comes to the continent of Africa, they've been dominated the WAFU for a while. What do you think the thinking of the FA is with this appointment?
Well, you see, Dan, if I get, because I am thinking that, like you said, the Black Princesses have been dominating continental football. They've been at the U20 Women's World Cup 7 times, and they've failed to progress beyond the group phase. And so, if we are bringing in any other coach to replace Yusuf Basigi, you need to bring in a coach who has that enormous experience, a coach that will be authoritative enough to make bold decisions and ensuring that when they get back to the world stage, they will be able to progress beyond the group phase. But there's somebody that you've brought in with quote unquote not that much experience. But I'm also thinking that regardless of all these things, the reason behind this appointment is that we need somebody who can pick this Black Princesses team. Despite the work that Yusuf Basigi has been able to do, we need somebody who can build on that. And so when we go to the World Stage, we'll be able to go beyond the group phase this time. But I mean, if that was the thinking behind this appointment, and I'm sorry that I think that the FA have disappointed us all, because you will need somebody with massive experience, somebody authoritative. But like I earlier on said, he's been the Black Queen's assistant coach, but he steps in, and it's a very difficult job. But I think that the thinking behind this appointment is that we need somebody who will come in, build on what Yusuf Basigi did, and when we get to the world stage, will be able to lead us to go beyond the group phase. But for me, there is a huge question mark.
Let's talk about the outgoing head coach, Yusuf Basigi. We're also having an outgoing head coach at the Black Queens level in Nora Hoptel. Could it be that the FA are planning to replace Nora Hoptel with Yusuf Basigi, hence this sort of shift?
Well, if that is the plan, then that's fair. But they will need to, I believe that they will need to do extra work to be able to bring Yusuf Basigi back, because if I've been keeping track record of the work that Yusuf Basigi has been doing with the Simba women's team, I mean, he has been so far successful, and you look at the amount of all the monetary aspect. He's okay. It is something that when he was in charge of the Black Princesses, he never had. Even when he's going to be paid, even though he's not with the Black Princesses again, but the FA still owes him. And so for me, I think that if they are planning to replace Nara Hotel with Yusuf Bazigi, the FA will have to come clear to be sincere enough with Yusuf Bazigi to be able to come, regardless of whether we like it or not. Nara Hotel is already out.
She's gone, and it will take an incredible amount of money to lure Yusuf Bazigi to the Black Queens. But thank you very much, Samuel. We've run out of time here on Prime Sports. My name is Daniel Kranting. Thanks for your time.